Hello there, friends. It's Jimmy Maverick. Hey, it is finally draft day. I got my first draft of the season happening today. It's the High Stakes Fantasy Football Players Championship 20-round PPR draft with 1.5 points for tight ends. We're going to see how it goes. I'm very confident that it is a very, very strong team. I really like it. So let's definitely check it out. Here we go.
Listen up. It's time for the Fantasy Maverick Podcast, starring the guy who's going to help you win that fantasy championship, Jimmy Maverick.
Hello there, friends. It's Jimmy Maverick. Welcome to Draft Day. Yes, it's finally here. This is my first draft of the fantasy season. It is one of my high-stakes leagues, the Fantasy Football Players Championship. I am picking from the 10th position. We are going to be doing a 20-round draft today. And for those of you that have not done FFPC, it's a tournament league, but basically the way it works is you're in a 12-team league, and you draft your team. And it's an 11-week regular season, and then the playoffs are week 12 and 13. And if you win or come in second place, you advance to the big money competition where weeks 14 through 16, you're trying to score as many points as possible. And if you do, then you win a bigger cash prize. There is a cash prize if you win your championship or come in second place either. But anyway, I did a couple of these leagues last year, had a great time, so I decided to do it again this year, and this is the first one. So it is a PPR league, 1.5 points for tight ends. There are 2 flex spots. It's not a super flex league, just running backs, wide receivers, tight ends. So there's a lot of strategies we can take. We are going to use our top 50 Dominator strategy today. So we're probably going to go 3 running backs, 3 wide receivers, and for some reason, I have ended up with 4 of my 5 entries in this contest are from either the 9th or the 10th draft position. So I'm going to try some little variances on some of my other leagues, but I'm going to keep it basic on this one and just see what kind of team we can build and see how it looks. Now, one thing I do for actual fantasy drafts, I don't do this in mocks because there's not enough time, but in actual fantasy drafts, I always make myself a little cheat sheet. I'm going to put it up here. And so what I do is I put the player that's right before me and right after me because I want to track who they're taking because that's going to give me a clue as to who I should take on my picks. And then I also track how many quarterbacks, tight ends, defenses, and kickers have come off. That's really all I track. I don't track individual players. I utilize my app, My Perfect Fantasy Draft, to help pick players. It's going to help me sort out who I want. And so let's just get into this. So you can see we have 4.5 minutes till the draft begins. There's my draft position right there. I believe it's 90 seconds per pick on this draft. And I got to say, the guy at 1.09, the name of his team, Toilet Seat Pubes. That is disgusting. I'm really totally grossed out by that. But anyway, this could also be read as Toilets Eat Pubes. So either way, it's disgusting, but kind of funny. So anyway, here's my app. I got it already set up. So PPR with 1.5 for tight ends. This represents each round of our draft, and here are player recommendations, and then down below are all the players we have to choose from. Now, you can see that the top 3 recommendations, it's recommending Kenyon Drake, it's recommending Deontay Adams, and Josh Jacobs. Those are all great choices. You can also see that Derrick Henry and Travis Kelsey are long shots. They do also rank very well. And Kenyon Drake is actually a reach. He might be someone that I can get with my second pick, which is pick 15. I'm not inclined to take a reach on the first round. So obviously, if Derrick Henry would make it to me, that would be great. Josh Jacobs is also an okay choice. I'm not super thrilled. I like guys that score over 40 VORC points. He does not score over 40 VORC points at this point. He would be better as a second-round pick, although his chances of making it to my second-round pick are very slim, as he usually goes at pick 13. So I got some choices to make. But I'm going to be utilizing the queue in this draft. And so let's just get some guys queued up. So certainly Derrick Henry. Oh, and this is the other thing. Don't go by this rank here because it is not showing players where they're correctly going. Like, for instance, Aaron Jones is 8th on the rank, but he's 18th on the ADP. It's way off. I always switch it to ADP because then all of a sudden, look who appears. Clyde Edwards-Helaire at 7th overall. I don't know why they haven't ranked at 230 on this list. It's kind of crazy, but things are all out of sort on the ranks that they have, so you got to switch to ADP and go off of that list. But anyway, so there's Derrick Henry. Let's go ahead and add him to our queue. And we also were looking at Travis Kelsey. Now, Kelsey is extremely valuable in this league. His value rank is 6th overall because of the 1.5 points per reception. Just super, super valuable player. And he is a first-round player. And he would be someone that I would seriously consider as my first-round pick. But probably not today. That's what I'm looking at. So you can see Kenyon Drake, his ADP is 15.8. So again, our next pick is 15. So his chances of making it to me are pretty good. Like I said, but it's like a 50-50 chance. So we would be taking a risk if we missed on him. And if we, Josh Jacobs is there. Who else is here for the running backs? Let's take a look. So the running backs, Clyde Edwards-Helaire is a long shot to make it to us. We could put him on the queue too. I've got no problem putting him on the queue. He is, because this is PPR, he is the only rookie that offers top 50 value. So that's something to consider. But again, the VORC points are not great. Here's Joe Mixon, Dalvin Cook, Miles Sanders. None of these guys score great. Let's put Jacobs on there. Like I said, he's not a good choice for the first round, but I think he's a great choice for the second round. So we'll have to see if he makes it to us. Kelsey. Let's put Kelsey on there. I'm sorry, not Kelsey. Kenyon Drake. All right. So this is how we're going to do it. So we've got this available. I wonder if we can see the draft board. I guess they don't have an option to see the draft board here. Let's see if there's anything down below. No, it's just the chat, the roster, and the results. Okay. All right. So we're good. But I like to have guys queued up. A lot of guys on my queue to make these decisions. And also, it is a short turnaround on the second round. So we can start getting our second round players set up. We're still 45 seconds till start. You can see Nick Chubb is our top choice. Kenyon Drake, Josh Jacobs are both long shots. Austin Eckler also scores very well here. So let's put Chubb and Eckler on the queue as well. Let's see here. There's Chubb. There's Eckler. And I think we're good. I think we're good for the first 2 rounds. So that's how we're going to work. Oh, and then let's see here. Who else is on the Galladay, Chubb, Godwin. Okay, so again, we're not going to take any wide receivers in the first 3 rounds. We're going to go running back here because all the top 50 running backs are gone by the end of the 3rd round. There might be one available. We have an early 4th round pick. There might be a guy that makes it to us like DJ or Melvin Gordon. We might consider them. But I'm kind of going 4th round. We're going to. All right, we are on the clock. So it's a 60-second timer. We are on our way. This is exciting, man. This is great. I'm so excited. I want to this is what I wait all year for, man. It's like Christmas morning. I can't wait to see what kind of team I end up with. Okay, we're going again. Some technical issue with the guy picking second. He couldn't pick the guy that he wanted. So anyway, he took Michael Thomas 2nd overall. That's kind of shocking, but that's a gift to everybody else as some good players are going to fall farther than we thought they would. So Alvin Kamara selected 4th. So that's interesting. I'm sorry. No, wait. Ezekiel Elliott was selected 4th. Okay, so Derrick Henry came off 5th. So that's too bad for us because that was one that was a long shot to make it to us. But let's see here. So Chubb is still. Oh, I'm sorry. So Kamara is still on the board. That's interesting. Boy, wouldn't it be great if Kamara made it to us? I'd take him. Even with the contract issues, that would be an amazing steal. But let's just see what happens here. I wonder if I can minimize this a little bit so I can see a little bit more of this board. Let's see here. Is there a... Here we go. All right, this is a little bit better so I can see everything that's going on here. Down here is where the players are getting picked. We've got my roster here. And so, again, the roster is 1 quarterback, 2 running backs, 2 wide receivers, 1 tight end, 2 flexes, 1 kicker, 1 defense, and then 10 bench slots. Nick Chubb taken 6th. That is interesting. That is a reach. That kind of hurts our second round idea of what we were going to get. But this is very interesting so far, and we'll see. We'll see what happens here. I am certainly very big on Chubb as my second pick. But in PPR, taking him in the 1st overall is very risky. Dalvin Cook Taken 7th, Kamara still on the board. That is crazy. I mean, I know he's having the contract issues, but I mean, that is just unbelievable that he is still sitting on the board here. Clyde Edwards-Helaire is also still on the board as well. So, this is a very interesting opening picks to this draft. So let's see what happens next. I'm waiting with bated breath because it's only 2 more picks to me, and some very interesting players could be available here.
You are up next.
So finally Kamara comes off the board 8th. That's really awesome for the guy that picked 8th. Wow. So let's see here. Now the question is, would I take Clyde Edwards-Helaire first? And I'm not super enthused about doing something like that, but I can absolutely see it, right? I mean, I can see why you would want to take Clyde Edwards-Helaire first overall. We're in the 10th position. I think he's a great option, and then we can hope to get, Jacobs, Drake, or Eckler with our second pick, which certainly have a better chance to make it to us than Clyde Edwards-Helaire. So we will look at that. But this is, and it is us. So wait, no, is it? No, I'm sorry. It's still TSP. That's what I'm going to call him.
Now you are on the clock.
So who got taken? Clyde Edwards-Helaire got taken. That is not surprising. Okay, so we are in the situation here where, in the first round, our top-rated player, Kenyon Drake, and it's going so heavy on running backs right now, I think we got to take Drake. Value is 14th overall, and I love him. I love this offense. So I think we're going to take our number 1 rated player here for the first round and go with that. Other players, again, Kelsey is a great value here. Sanders is injured, so I'm not real keen on him. There's only 4 picks till our next pick, so let's just go ahead and we will see what kind of player we can get with our next pick. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to take Drake as my RB1, and I really like his opportunities, especially for a PPR. He's perfect, man. He's a perfect PPR running back. So I'm very happy with that. And so TSP, so he took Clyde Edwards-Helaire. So he's got a running back now. And so this is going to help me, especially for the guys, especially for We Are North, the guy that's picking 11th, because he, like I said, he has 2 picks in between every one of my picks. And so that guy has a real impact on what I'm going to want to select on my team. So I'm going to be able to kind of anticipate what he's looking for based on how he's building his team. And it's something you should do for tracking both the guy before and after you. So Joe Mixon comes off, and Joe Mixon is a great choice. So let's go back to my app for the second round, because, again, Chubb was going to be our choice, but Chubb didn't make it. So we got Jacobs, we got Eckler. Both those guys, they're not 40 Borg points, but they're darn close. Eckler does offer better value. Obviously, he is a better PPR running back, but we'll see if they make it. As far as other running backs, you got Gurley, you got Jones. They don't score well. Gurley's better as a third round. You can see he's a reach, so I wouldn't take him here. Who else is available for running backs? I mean, if we look at Sanders is still on the board. Let's see what Sanders looks like in the second round. If we restore him, Sanders doesn't score great. Again, he's hurt. He's got the injury issue, and I don't like to draft injured players. Okay, so we have all right, so Josh Jacobs came off.
You are up next.
So after us, let's see here. So Joe Mixon was taken, so that's the running back there. And then, so we're back to We Are North. We Are North is going to take his next pick. And so, and Austin Eckler, again, 38 Vork points. The only thing that's a risk about him is the quarterback situation, and I'm not real thrilled with the quarterback situation there. But he is going to be used extensively in the passing game. It's going to be, he's going to get the volume, and that's what you want. And so to get ourselves 2 excellent receiving running backs is very, very good for us to start out with on this draft. So We Are North. Oh, he's still making his selection here. He hasn't made his selection yet.
Now you are on the clock.
And so, look at that. Kelsey went in the second round. That is fantastic value. Wow, that is worth it. That's totally worth it in this draft. And so it is back to us. Okay, so we've got to. So obviously the one guy that we have queued up made it back to us. So Austin Eckler, again, whose value is 18th overall. We're at pick 15. So he's a fair value play, high reliability, 7 out of 10 consistency. Again, Miles Sanders, if he was healthy, he would probably score about the same as Austin Eckler, but his value is not nearly as good just because he's not going to catch as many passes. So let's go ahead. We're going to take Eckler. Go ahead and take Eckler, and he is going to be our second running back. And so now we're back to TSP, and he's going to take his second player. And once we see what he takes, we'll go back to the app and we'll set up the third round. So who's he going to take? So I'm pretty happy with those first two picks. Again, I'm just such a fan of Kenyon Drake. I think he's going to be so good in this offense. And we might want to see about maybe getting the quarterback there for Arizona. We'll see what happens. I'm kind of targeting 7th round to take a quarterback, and we'll see who's available. And if Matt Ryan or better is available on the board, we'll take them. So he took Miles Sanders. So TSP has 2 running backs. We the North has a running back and a tight end. So we are off. And we got a nice long gap here, so we can take our time and kind of figure out what we're going to do. But in the third round here, what it is recommending is Robert Woods, Chris Carson, Calvin Ridley. We're going to look at just the running backs. So Chris Carson, Todd Gurley, James Conner. Now, I do not have James Conner. He does not rate well at all. Low reliability player. Value is not good either. We're at pick 34. Value rank is 68th in PPR. But both Gurley and Carson do offer top 50 value, and they're both, a tiny bit overvalued, but I really consider both of them, well, I consider Carson fair value. Todd Gurley's just slightly overvalued, but it's not that bad. So let's put Carson and Gurley both on the queue. So there's Gurley. All right, so I figured out what happened. Chris Carson was already taken. He was taken at the 2.04 pick right there, so that's really super early for him. So let's look at what other running backs. So we got Chris Carson, Todd Gurley, James Conner. Who else is still on the board? We've got, Jonathan Taylor does not rank top 50. There's Melvin Gordon and David Johnson. Let's see here. Now Gordon, I think those are both in the 4th round. Is that where they are? David Johnson, Melvin Gordon are both there. Johnson does offer top 50 value. So let's put David Johnson on the queue as well. And what other top 50 value backs are there? There's not that many. Again, like I said, they just dry up so quickly. And you just got to take what you can get. So we'll see if Gurley or Johnson even make it back to us. Although right now it's going so heavy on running backs, really surprising. So, since our pick of, where are we? We are at the Austin Eckler. Then, Chris Carson was taken literally right after my pick. Then Miles Sanders, George Kittle, Aaron Jones, Tyreek Hill, Julio Jones, Chris Godwin, Lamar Jackson, Kenny Golladay. So again, and James Conner finally come off the board at the 3.01. So this is, again, this is a very interesting draft. Patrick Mahomes is still on the board in the 3rd round. That is surprising. And let's see here. Who else is still there? So we got Hopkins still on the board. There's Andrews. There's Jonathan Taylor, Zach Ertz, Todd Gurley, Allen Robinson, DJ Moore, Amari Cooper. So this is David Johnson's down here. So he's a good. We got a good chance to get him. Gurley is a little bit chancy. Again, he is a long shot for us. And that person taking Carson early, and the guy took Chubb early too. I wonder if it's the same guy. That's interesting. But that is much earlier than I expected either of those guys to go. But you can see we still got both our guys on here. I'm just going to go ahead and I'm going to put Melvin Gordon on there as well. Even though he's not top 50, but he's like 51st or something like that. Where was Melvin Gordon? 51st overall. Yeah, that's it. See how the value is just peters out here. I mean, you got Bell at 54th, Jonathan Taylor 69, Cam Akers 77, Leonard Fournette, 116th his value rank. So he's a terrible, terrible choice. And you definitely want to, you need to get value here. So who else? So Mark Andrews came off. So we've got, okay, so this is something I need to keep track of. 3 tight ends have come off. Only 1 quarterback so far. And yes. Okay, so I'm sorry. I'm having a plumbing issue. Look, I got 28 seconds to make my pick. Todd Gurley did make it back to us. I love Todd Gurley as my third. I think he's better than David Johnson or Melvin Gordon. So let's go ahead and draft Todd Gurley. And then what I want to do is on our 4th round pick, we definitely need to get ourselves a wide receiver. Now it's recommending DJ Chark, who I love. I love Chark, excuse me. Sutton is also good, but Chark has excellent, excellent value. So let's put Chark and Sutton on the queue. Let's go to my wide receivers. And you can see Chark right there. Sutton right there. But we got some better options. So let's look. I mean, because we've got this short turnaround. So we got guys like Thielen would be a good choice, actually. Where's Thielen on this list? Thielen, let's restore him. 46 work points. He's 29th overall, so he's really good too. I really like Thielen. We got, Ridley's a guy who I love, and he usually doesn't make it to this round. You can see he's a long shot, but his value isn't as good. I want a guy whose value is in the 20s. Ridley, A.J. Brown, Cooper Kupp. Robert Woods is another one who's excellent. I really like that. And we've got, let's see here, who else? Terry McLaurin. Terry McLaurin is a good choice, but I do like Sutton and Chark better. So this is an interesting pick here because, did someone just take, what just happened here? Where's Chark? Because I thought I had him queued up. Chark. So, my next pick is, after 39 is at 58. So most of these guys are going to be gone. So I got to make a decision here. It is ranking Chark as the highest, and I do like that. But I also like the idea of going with Thielen, just because he is like going to be the primary receiver on that offense. Diggs is gone. So that's very good. So let's see. Before Todd Gurley, so Allen Robinson was taken. I need to move this a little bit. I'm going to move it there. Okay, there we go. So Allen Robinson was taken by TSP. So TSP took his first wide receiver. And then We Are North went ahead and took Juju Smith-Schuster. So that's his first wide receiver. And, of course, the risk, and We Are North is back to his next pick. So the risk with Thielen, obviously, is his durability, But I think, as far as value, they're very similarly valued. I mean, I think Chark has the opportunity to break out here. Boy, this is a really tough choice here.
Now
you see A.J. Brown down here. We got a lot of good options. Okay, so it came to us. So he took Ertz. Wow. So We Are North has taken 2 tight ends now. Okay, so we got to make our decision. So look, Melvin Gordon did make it to us, so that's interesting. But he is not top 50. So we got Sutton, Thielen, Woods, McLaurin, and Chark. Woods is outstanding. He's at the top of my list. I got to take Woods. He has been kind of like my go-to guy. But I really like his upside. And we'll see if any of these guys make it back to me. It would be awesome if they did. So I've taken my first wide receiver in the 4th round. I took Woods, and again, I have him ranked as, I think, the wide receiver 10 this year. So he is a rock-solid choice. Now let's look at the 5th round. The 5th round is recommending Tyler Boyd, Kareem Hunt, Evan Engram. You can see here, though, there's not a lot of top 50 value wide receivers left. And let me look at the 4th round here. If there's any other names I still need to add, because we got We got Kareem Hunt, Tyler Lockett, A.J. Brown. Okay, so let's go Kareem Hunt. Oh, wait a minute. Tyler Lockett. Who was it? It was Keenan Allen. There's Keenan Allen. There's Tyler Lockett. I already got Chark. Metcalf also needs to be on there. I love Metcalf this year. So we'll see if any of these guys make it back. If they do, that'd be great. If not, if we're looking at the 5th round, the only top 50 value wide receiver is T.Y. Hilton. Now, T.Y. Hilton does offer some really nice upside, but again, not a high reliability player, so he's very risky. And, we will need to see what we want to do here. But I'm feeling good that maybe some of these guys will come back because, again, just the way this draft is shaking out, we'll see what happens. But, okay, so let's kind of review. So in the 4th round, it was Cam Akers, then Zach Ertz, then me, Robert Woods, then Adam Thielen, Cooper Kupp, and Le'Veon Bell. And, Kupp actually rates a little bit better than Woods, but for value, but consistency is much worse. So I'm going for consistency there. I want Robert Woods in there. I want some guy I can rely on. It's going to get a high volume of passes. Let's look at the 3rd round. So 3rd round was James Conner, Mike Evans, DeAndre Hopkins, Mark Andrews, Jonathan Taylor, Amari Cooper, Patrick Mahomes was taken 307. That's really good. DJ Moore, Allen Robinson. Then I took Todd Gurley, Juju Smith-Schuster, and then David Johnson was taken right at the end. So, that's where we're at right now. So Calvin Ridley came off at the 4.08. That's very often where he comes off 4th round. Odell Beckham at the 4.07. Le'Veon Bell, 4.06. And, Bell, I'm kind of off the Bell bandwagon at this point, but if he fell to the 5th, I would take him. He'd be worth a 5th round pick. But we still got a ton of guys. Look, Melvin Gordon's still on the board. So this is interesting, but it's still a long way to our next pick. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to pause right now, and I'll come back when we're within 3. We'll see where we're at, and we'll see who we want to. Okay, so it's back to us. We got a ton of players still on the board, only 3 picks to go. So obviously some guys that I wanted, DK Metcalf, Cortland Sutton came off, but look, there's still Keenan Allen. There's still Tyler Lockett, T.Y. Hilton, Tyler Boyd, Hayden Hurst, Jarvis Landry, Michael Gallup. So if we're looking at the 5th round, Keenan Allen, let's look at wide receivers. Where is Keenan Allen? Wait a minute. Is he down here? Yeah, he's already gone. 52 Vork points. He's an awesome choice.
You are up next.
Let's see here. Someone took David Montgomery. All right, we'll review right after we're done with our pair of picks here. We'll review who has been taken since our 4th round picks. So that's what we'll look at there. And you can see Fournette still on the board. Swift, Lockett, Allen. Now Lockett, again, he is a guy that should do very well, but a very inconsistent player. I don't like inconsistent players for my season-long fantasy, so he is kind of off my list. And it's 1 pick to us, so this looks very good right now. I would love to be able to get Allen here.
Now
and then
you are on the clock.
6th round. Yes. Okay, so he took T.Y. Hilton. Great, because actually I did not want to take T.Y. Hilton. I really like Keenan Allen here. Look, we can see Keenan Allen, high reliability, 6 out of 10 consistency, 2-star outlook. Again, it's because it's the rookie quarterback or Tyrod Taylor. Value rank is 42, and you've got issues like with the other receiver having health issues. So anyway, we are. Yeah, I think that's who I want to take here. Again, Tyler Lockett is also a great choice. I really like the Seattle offense. But, of course, this would give us 2 players from the Chargers. 20 seconds to go. Tyler Lockett. Oh, boy. Where is Lockett on this list?
15 seconds left.
Lockett gets 41. You know what? I think just for diversity, let's go ahead and take Lockett. Let's go ahead and take him. I took him last year, and, he was outstanding for the first half of the season and then completely disappeared in the second half. So he is a risky player here, but again, he scores over 44 points. Great value. We're at pick 58. His value rank is 43rd overall. So that is outstanding for value. So we are sitting here. We've got 3 running backs, 2 wide receivers, and obviously my 6th round target is Jarvis Landry. And Jarvis Landry is the best overall choice in the 6th round. His value rank is 39th. High reliability, 9 out of 10 consistency. He is absolutely the guy that lets me put a cherry on top of my top 50 Dominator strategy. So while we're waiting for this to come around, so let's see here. So TSP took another wide receiver. Oh, that's his 5th pick. Who did he take? Let's see here. Let's look at TSP. Where is he? There he is. So TSP has 2 running backs and 3 wide receivers. Okay. And then We Are North has... There he is. We Are North has a running back, 2 wide receivers, and 2 tight ends. Only one running back. Okay, that's good. Only 1 running back. Looks like another tight end came off the board, so that's 6 tight ends that have come off the board now. And again, because it is the 1.5 points per reception, the tight ends are very valuable in this league. They're very, very good. So we'll go back to me. And We Are North is going to make one more pick. Let's just kind of review what happened in the 4th round. We had Cam Akers, Zach Ertz, Robert Woods, that was me, Adam Thielen, Cooper Kupp, Le'Veon Bell, Odell Beckham, Calvin Ridley, Terry McLaurin, Mark Ingram, Darren Waller, and Raheem Mostert. And then in the 5th round, we had A.J. Brown, Devin Singletary, Kareem Hunt, DJ Chark, Melvin Gordon, DK Metcalf, Cortland Sutton, David Montgomery, T.Y. Hilton. Then I took Tyler Lockett, then Will Fuller, then Evan Ingram came. Then Will Fuller, then Evan Ingram came off, and then Tyler Boyd just came off. And that's another one that was on my tag. And so look at this. Keenan Allen is still on the board. Oh, boy. But again, I like the idea of going with Landry is just who I like more. I trust Landry so much, and I think he is an outstanding choice. Allen is a great choice, too. In the 6th round, if we restore Allen here, 57 VORC points. So he is getting outstanding. He's an outstanding pick at this point. But Jarvis Landry scores 80 VORC points. Better value. Slightly. But again, we already got a player from the Chargers. I'm only really comfortable taking 1 player from the Chargers. So that's where we're going to be at. So it's us. Okay, so it's back to us. So We Are North took Antonio Gibson in the 6th round. This is where he's typically going. So that was his 2nd running back. But we're going to go ahead and take Jarvis. So let's go ahead and very happily draft onto my list. So there you go. I got 6 top 50 value players in this league. So that is outstanding. It's a great start. And then what I like to say is in the 7th round, we're going to assess the quarterbacks because there's only been 2 quarterbacks taken. And what I say is if anyone better than Matt Ryan's available, take them. And this could be a situation where we can get someone that we really, really like. Now, Dak Prescott, who I do like, I do have him tagged as a regression. But Kyler Murray, the upside there, and to have him paired with Kenyon Drake stacked with Kenyon Drake, I love that. Deshaun Watson, I think, is a great play this year, contract year for him. Russell Wilson is a favorite of mine. There's a lot of great options here. Not big on Josh Allen because I think he's a regression candidate as well for those rushing touchdowns. And then Matt Ryan is a huge upside play this year. So I love all those guys. And then, of course, we also have Hayden Hurst on the queue. But let's just go to the 7th round. Let's see what we got. Let's see who it's recommending. It is recommending Matt Ryan. It also has Jamison Crowder as a recommend. So we can put Jamison Crowder on the queue. Let's see here. Where is Crowder? There he is. All right. So we'll put Crowder on the queue. But let's see here. Who else is on here that would be of interest? So we got Tariq Cohen. We got James White. I don't really like either of those guys. Even though it is PPR, they're not fantastic. Tight ends are super important here. So we've got some options like Mike Gesicki, TJ Hawkinson, Hunter Henry. Hawkinson, None of these guys score great. Hayden Hurst scores really good. If we miss on Hayden Hurst, I think what we'll do is we will just go for like 2 or 3 of these middle range tight ends. Some guys I like Jonnu Smith, Blake Jarwin, guys like that. And we'll load up that way. But right now, again, Henry, low reliability player. Hawkinson, low reliability player. And Hawkinson has said his ankle's not 100%. I don't trust that at all. I don't want anything to do with that. It looks like someone did take Hayden Hurst at the 605. So that's like the 7th tight end taken. And again, this is typical. You find this in these drafts that because the tight ends are so valuable that they go very, very quickly. And if we look on the tight end board, who is still on there? So we got Higbee, Henry, Gesicki, Hawkinson, Cook, Hooper, Gronkowski, Font, Goddard, Jonnu Smith. See, there's Jonnu Smith. There's Blake Jarwin. There's Jack Doyle. I like all those guys. Font could be an interesting play as well. So they're all pretty darn good options as a tight end. But again, like I said, we have loaded up very well here, and I've got no problem missing out on these elite tight ends. On one of these other drafts, I'm gonna take myself an elite tight end early, but this one I really just wanted to do the base top 50, the base top 50 strategy, and we got it, we did it, and we're gonna get an awesome quarterback. So that's what I'm super excited about right now. So since our pick, let's see here, we were at 603. We took Landry. So since Landry, we've got J.K. Dobbins, then Hayden Hurst comes off, then Keenan Allen, which is great. That's a really great value. Kyler Murray, Leonard Fournette finally comes off in the 6th round. Swift comes off in the 6th round as well. So those are all good. Again, no quarterbacks have come off the board. It's just the two elites. So I'm feeling really good here about what we would be able to get for a quarterback on our next pick. So that's great. It just a cherry on top of this strategy. And then, we'll fill out the rest of the team, but really all we need is at that point is a tight end and and a defense and a kicker. So it's no big deal. So let's just go and let's see what we got here. It's and Gallup is still on the board in the 7th round. That's crazy good. Oh my God, that's amazing. This is why I like to use the queue. So that you see that these guys are still available. Let's see here. Who else is here? We got Deontay Johnson, Brandon Cooks. These guys don't score real well. Johnson's been dealing with an injury, so he's kind of off my list right now. Running backs. Let's see here. Oh yeah, we already saw those. Let's look at the 8th round too, because of the nature of the short turnaround from the 7th to the 8th. The even numbered rounds have more players, just because it's the larger gap between the two picks. So there's Gibson. He's already gone. So that's interesting that he went. He just went so early. He's pretty much fair value in the 6th round, so it's a good choice still, but there's not any value there. So we got guys like Lindsey, who scores 35. Breida doesn't do good at all for value. He's terrible value. We got Jordan Howard, J.K. Dobbins. Dobbins is one of those speculative plays. I got him tagged as a breakout. He might be worth a look. Let's do Lindsey and Dobbins. Let's get them on the queue. So let's see here. Lindsey and... is Dobbins still on there? Dobbins might already be gone. He might have already been taken. Let's see. Yeah, it looks like he's already been taken. All right. People love to speculate. And, we got Zach Moss is a guy who I like. Ronald Jones is a guy who I like. Let's just see who else is here. Marlon Mack, I think, would be is a decent choice. Philip Lindsay, Kerryon Johnson. I like all those guys. Let's just queue up some of those, and then let's look at the wide receivers. So 8th round wide receivers, we've got Sterling Shepard, Jameson Crowder, Christian Kirk, John Brown. So Shepard, Kirk, and Brown. Let's get them on the queue. Let's see here. There's Shepard, Kirk. Who else is on here? Brown. Okay. And let's see here. Tight ends, 8th round tight ends. Oh, look at this. A ton are going to start coming off here. But none of them score great. Hunter Henry offers some good value, but again, just low reliability. You got Austin Hooper, Gesicki is top 100. Cook, oh man, I'm just not feeling it on any of these guys. If we look at, like Jonnu Smith, Blake Jarwin. See, Blake Jarwin offers good value, but we're gonna have to bite the bullet. We're gonna have to get someone. Let's see here. What else is that? Oh, it looks like Dak Prescott finally came off the board. So that's the 3rd quarterback, and we're almost back to us. So if we look at the quarterbacks. Oh, it looks like, okay, so it looks like actually more quarterbacks came off. So who else? So since our pick, all right, then it was Marquise Brown, Hunter Henry, Dak Prescott, Deontay Johnson, Devontae Parker. Somebody had to have taken Murray. How come I didn't see him? Oh, there he is. Murray came off in the 6th. So we've had 4 quarterbacks come off. Again, Deshaun Watson is there. Now, Russell Wilson, that's a great stack. I've got Tyler Lockett. That is something that is an absolute play that we could do if he makes it to us. And I think there's a good chance he will. Looks like Zach Moss came off. So, again, all my favorite rookies are coming off the board here. But Deontay Johnson came off. So Hunter Henry. Oh, there's another tight end. It's got 8 tight ends off the board right now. I think maybe what we're going to want to do is we're going to want to take a tight end. We don't really want to wait. We'll take one, and then we'll grab maybe a couple more, maybe one more. We're not going to go heavy on tight ends here. We'll just find ourselves a good value play. And
you are up
something that can
next.
get it done. So, it looks like Lindsey just came off. That's too bad. It's right before our pick. But you can see Crowder, Ronald Jones, Marlon Mack, Kerryon Johnson, John
clock.
Brown. Okay, and it's back to us. So Tyler Higbee came off. Okay, so again, we do need to take a tight end. But I want to lock up the quarterback position. And I love the idea of Russell Wilson. We got Tyler Lockett as a stack, so I think that's great. That's a really solid pairing there. I love the Seattle offense this year. I think they're going to be outstanding. So let's go ahead and take Russell Wilson. Super happy with that as my 1. So that's just awesome. So I love that, and it will come back to us very quickly. So let's look at TSP where they're at. TSP now has 3 running backs, and they got 3 wide receivers, and they took their tight end. Let's look at the tight ends. So you can see we got Mike Gesicki, T.J. Hawkinson, Jared Cook, Austin Hooper, Rod Gronkowski, Noah Fant. Could we wait another round? That's the whole thing, right? If we wait till the 9th round, that's pick 106. That means we're going to miss on all those guys. All these guys are going to be gone. Oh, boy. Which one? Again, I'm just not thrilled with any of them. But, I'd want something with value. Hooper offers decent value. Cook is boom or bust, and I got him as a regression. I got Hooper as regression, too. Hawkinson is injured. Henry's gone. Gronk, not great. Fant is maybe. Fant's got some upside, and he is top 100 value. So I think he would be a decent choice. And Gesicki, where's Gesicki on here? Oh, yeah, Gesicki's got 100. His value is 100th overall. High reliability. You know what? I kind of like the idea of going with Gesicki. because I think he does offer some upside there. And we'll see what happens on these picks. So let's look at the 7th round. So 7th round, we got, here's what happened. Marquise Brown, Hunter Henry, Dak Prescott, Deontay Johnson, Devontae Parker, Zach Moss, Christian Kirk, Phillip Lindsay, Tyler Higbee, Russell Wilson, and then Deshaun Watson and CeeDee Lamb closed out the 7th round. Oh, are you kidding? I just got sniped. I got sniped on Gesicki just when I was talking myself into it. That's all right. We'll just go with Font. We'll go with a high upside player here. I think, again, I'm not super thrilled with the pick, but I think he's a solid play, and he offers decent value. So, who knows? I think he could surprise to the upside. We'll grab someone like Blake Jarwin in a little bit too. So we'll get him. And you can see, look, Crowder's still on the board.
You are on the
Jones,
clock.
Mack, Kerryon Johnson, John Brown, all still there. And it is back to us now. So let's go ahead and if we wait around, then we're going to have to take Jonnu Smith or Blake Jarwin's going to be our choice, Jack Doyle. Oh gosh, this is such a tough call. And, and I got 30 seconds to make a decision here. I could take Ronald Jones here. I think Ronald Jones would be a great choice at this point in the draft. Let's see here. 20 seconds. Running back. Jones.
15 seconds left.
Where is Ronald Jones? 7 seconds. I'm just going to take Ronald Jones. I'm going to take him. I'm not thrilled with that. And now we're going to wait. We're going to have the long turn to our next, and we'll grab the tight end next. I just wasn't thrilled with any of these options right here. So the next set, there are guys that I'm interested in. So we can even put them up here. So, if Font makes it to the next round, he's a good choice. Jonnu Smith, I think, has some upside. Blake Jarwin is one that I've liked, and Doyle. Those are all tight ends that I like. And I think they're all decent. Jonnu was it's the perfect kind of offense for a tight end to thrive. So that would be all right. So I'm gonna put this team up on my app. Let's review it. Let's see how we do. This was a very long draft. It took 2 hours and 15 minutes to do because of the guy kept pausing the draft. But anyway, I'll be right back. All right, there, friends. It's Jimmy Maverick. Okay, we're going to look at this team now. Now, we got to remember that this is a 20-round draft, and so it's extremely deep, much deeper than most drafts that you will normally go through. And because of that, I took some players that just don't rate that well, and that's what happens in those later rounds. But I got to say, this is a very solid team. First of all, I want to show you that I have 6 players with top 50 value. Actually, 6 players with top 44 value. Kenyon Drake, Austin Eckler, Robert Woods, Jarvis Landry, Tyler Lockett, and Todd Gurley. Along with Russell Wilson, who is, again, a fantastic starting quarterback, stacked with Tyler Lockett, so that's very solid. Our tight end is Blake Jarwin, who I love his upside this year in this offense. I think he's going to be fantastic. And then we've got a couple more guys that offer top 100 value. Preston Williams and Robbie Anderson, both rock-solid guys. Now, looking at along these players, look at how many have an upward trend in their usage. Drake, Eckler, Woods, Lockett, Jarwin, all those guys. And then bounce-back players, Woods, Robbie Anderson. What do we have here? We've got breakouts. We've got Preston Williams, Gardner Minshew, Jerick McKinnon, so that's very good. Contract year players, Preston Williams, Ronald Jones. And then we do have some players that did get some contracts. So we got Eckler, Jarwin, Anderson, and Ebron all had the big contract hangover. Kind of got screwed on Eric Ebron. I should have made a noise because the guy right before me who took Jack Doyle backed up his pick, and then it was available, and I didn't think to speak up. That was a mistake on my part. But let's look at reliability here. Look at all the high reliability players I have. I have a ton. Only one low reliability guy. That's Preston Williams because he missed 8 games last year. A bunch of mints. That's very, very good. I love that all my players I can count on very durable players. Now let's look at consistency. Consistency, we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10 at 5 or better. That's very good. Only 2 below that, Wilson and Lockett. That is an issue. So, but again, I took that risk. I knew that risk when I was taking Lockett. He's a low consistency player. And then a bunch of guys that didn't have enough volume to qualify. So, those are kind of a question mark. As far as outlook goes, lots of 3-star, 4-star, 5-star players. That's great. Just a few 2-star players. And then again, speculating at the very end, I took some 1-star players, but who knows? I mean, I think all these guys do have the ability to show something this year. So we'll see. I like I like all their prospects. But there you go. So there's the draft. It is done. That was a marathon. It was 2 hours and 15 minutes. Whew, man, I'm tired. So I got 7 more. I got 7 more to go. I got 2 tomorrow, including one of my my standard points league, and then another one of these fantasy football players championships. But it was good going through it today and seeing how it went and seeing how it developed, because there was a lot of surprises in there as to when players went. So I got to make some adjustments for some of these players to put them into a more realistic spot where they are more likely to go. And anyway, but that's it. So thank you very much for watching today, and I hope you do great on your drafts as well. Please like and subscribe, and if you want to leave a message down below, please do so. Thank you very much, everybody. Have a great day, and I will talk to you soon. Bye. All right, so anyway, let's review this team. So the first thing I want to show you is on the value, and I want to show you that I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 players with not just top 50 value, but top 44 value on the app. So that is outstanding. Again, that's the top 50 Dominator strategy. No one else has 6 top 50 value players. I can tell you that right now. Russell Wilson, also excellent choice. We got him in the 7th round. That was a great steal, and we got him stacked with Tyler Lockett, so that's fantastic. We also have Blake Jarwin, who rates very well for value in this 1.5 PPR league for tight ends. And then we also got Preston Williams and Robbie Anderson, both offering top 100 value. So that's very solid for a lineup. Lots of nice depth there, so I like and appreciate that. Now, on the players themselves, if we look at the reliability, very good reliability. Look at all the high reliability players I got. Yeah, basically more than half my team, all high reliability players. One low, that's Preston Williams, because he missed 8 games last year. And then, some mids, that's good. And then some not rated players. But then for consistency, again, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10 players with better than average consistency. The ones that don't, again, Wilson and Lockett, it is an issue. But I knew that taking Lockett. But again, I took Lockett for the value that he offered as our 5th round pick. A bunch of players that haven't been rated. They didn't get enough volume to get a consistency rating, so there is upside potential possibility there. For Outlook, I got mostly 5, 4, and 3-star players. A couple of 2-star players, Eckler and Minshew, but that means I'm pretty much neutral on them. And then the 1-star players are all speculative plays. Ebron, Knox, Dillon, Carlos Hyde. We'll see what happens with them, but I do like the prospects for them for this upcoming season. So very good. We got lots of upward trend arrows, a couple of bounce backs, some contract year players, some breakout players. We do have some players that do have the big contract hangover, Jarwin, Anderson, Eckler, and Ebron. But you know what? I'm fine with it. I'm good with them. They had other things that were working for them that I liked. So we're good. We're good. That first one's in the books. I got 7 more to do. So anyway, thank you very much for watching today. I do appreciate it. And if you haven't done so already, please like and subscribe down below. And if you have any comments, leave me a comment as well. I want to find out what you guys think about this team. And thank you very much for watching, everybody. Have yourself a great fantasy day, and good luck with your drafts out there.